Hello friends, welcome to Pawan Shop channel. In this video we are going to see how to fetch the data from the database in Hibernate using annotation configuration, right? So if you didn't watch my previous video like how to create the session factory and how to insert the data into database using XML configuration and how to fetch the data from the database using XML configuration and insert the data into database using annotation configuration, right? So please go and watch. There I have explained step by step from scratch. So in this video I am going to also explain you step by step, but I am not going to create the new project. Just I am going to copy and paste the existing project. So this is my last project, how to insert the data into database using annotation, right? Same project I am going to copy and I am going to paste here, and I am going to provide name, fetch data from database using annotation, right? So let's copy it and just expand it, and I'll explain you each and every class and every line. Let's update the project. So you can see error gone and Java version is 16, right? So let's see the first form.xml, and here I have written Hibernate dependency, and this is the MySQL database dependency, okay? And these two dependency you have to add, and then here in build Java source directory src main and Java, right? Src main and Java, and this is the plugin Maven plugin, and this is the configuration source Java source, right? Java version is 16. You can see Java standard edition is 16. So this is the all about form.xml, and go to first model class. In model class I have created a student, right? Student class, and their private variable and public setter getter method and nothing else, okay? And this is the annotation, right? Means if you want to do annotation configuration in Hibernate to fetch the data or insert the data, so you have to use the entity at the class level, okay? So this is the model class, entity class, so you have to use entity at the entity, and you can use table name, right? If you don't want to provide other table name, means if you want to provide the same as the table name should be same as the entity name, so no need to provide this entity, right? This annotation. If you don't want, means table name should be same as the entity name, then you have to provide the table, you provide your the table annotation and give the name whatever you want to give to your table name, right? And this is the primary key. For primary key you have to use the id, and so in my case Hibernate is responsible to generate the primary key id, right? So I'm not going to provide the primary key, so Hibernate will generate the primary key value for me. So you have to provide this generated value is equal to strategy equal to generation type dot identity, and this is the column name. If you want the column name should be same as the property name, so this is the optional, right? But you want to give the column name should be different, not same as the property name, so you can provide explicitly my id, and like this whatever you want to keep your column name, so you can provide here. So this is the all for all property I have given my city, my phone number, right? Column name so you can provide. Otherwise, if you will not use this column for this property, it will Hibernate will create the column name as a property name, which is id, right? So column names will be id, but if I will provide explicitly, so in this case Hibernate will create the column name as my id, column name my id, right? So this is all about the model class. And then go to util class. Inside util class, I have created session factory object and standard service registry object, right? I would have declared here, and then I'm checking if session factory is null. Session factory is null, then go inside this block and then create the standard service registry equal to new standard service registry builder.configure.build. Okay, and then metadata source, new metadata source by passing standard service registry and metadata source dot get metadata builder dot build. So it will give me metadata object, and finally from metadata object dot get session factory builder dot build, it will give me session factory object, right? So finally I'm writing the public static session factory get session factory method and returning the session factory object. So this method is returning. So this is all about the Hibernate util. Okay, and now go to, before that client, let's go to configuration class, configuration file, and here in configuration file you have to provide the database property like driver class URL username password, right? This is driver class, this is password, this is URL. I'm using MySQL database, so I'm given MySQL driver class, and this is URL username password. Okay, and this is the dilate. If you will use dilate, if you will give this property, so Hibernate will create the query for you. Whatever means insert query, delete query. If your requirement is to insert the data into database, so it will create the insert query for you. If will not it define this property, so it will throw the exception, right? And this is HBM2 DDL.auto update. In this case, no need to create the table name explicitly, right? So Hibernate will create the table for you. And this is the update, means if table update means if table is there, so it will not create directory, it will insert the data in table. If table is not there, so it will create the table first time only. Second time it will check if there, then it will not create. If not there, then it will create the table. And if you want to show the query, means whatever Hibernate is writing the query to create the table or insert the data. So if you want to see that query, so you can mention so is _SQL is equal to true, right? And this is the mapping. So I'm doing class mapping, right? So com.pawansoft.model.student class, right? So this is all about the Hibernate configuration. Then finally last, this is the client code, right? So here I don't want to save the data, right? I want to fetch the data. If you didn't watch my previous video how to save the data, so you can go and watch. So here I'm not going to save this data, right? I want to fetch the data. To fetch the data, you have to call session dot load. Okay, load student dot class. And this is the I want to load. Let's go and see the let's open the MySQL database. I'm opening MySQL Workbench. If you don't know how to install and how to download and install the MySQL, so you can go and watch my video. just go Google, open Google, and this is the workbench is opening. So let's go and Google and type YouTube, and just type Pawan shop, okay, and you will come here. So go and here, and please subscribe my channel if you, and go here and go to video, and here you can see how to download and install the MySQL 8027 server and workbench. So you can go and watch this video to install the database, MySQL database, and go to playlist. Here so many you can see. This is the Spring Batch, this is design pattern, this is the Hibernate JavaScript, right? So many tutorial is there, so you can go and watch. So this is the MySQL workbench. So you have to click here to connect database, right? Here you have to provide the password, right? So I have already given, so no need to provide password. So you can see this is the database. If you execute this query, show database, so I have one database, my Pawan, right? And what I want, go here and expand it. There is two table, right? This is the MySQL, and this is my underscore student, my student, and my underscore student, right? In my underscore student, you can see I have 5 data. If you minimize it and if you go here student.class, so here I am using my underscore student, right? And go to database, my underscore student, not my student, right? My underscore student. So I will fetch the data from this table, right? So what I want to fetch data from this table. So I want to fetch the data, last one, 5th record I want to fetch, right? If you execute this query, this is in my student table I have only 2 record, right? But in my underscore student table, here 5 record is there. So I want to fetch the 5th record. So go to client code and provide your ID, which record you want to fetch. You provide your ID, and that's it. Then print the student object, okay, and let's go and run. Let's see it's printing or not. Just run as Java application. If you see, it's printing only, it's printing, right? But it's printing student object, not content, right? Select ID, this is the city, email, name, phone number from my student, right? My student table, and where my SID is equal to 5, right? So if you will comment this, if you comment this property, let's comment it and save it, and let's run again. So in this time you will not see any query. Let's run it. Right, only it's printing student object, but not printing any query, right? Let's uncomment it and let's see again. Okay, let's see again. So this time it will print the query, right? Means this time I'm going to fetch the data, so it will print select query. You can see it's printing select query, right? And here it's printing the student object, but what I want the content of the object. To print the content of the object, so I have to override the toString method, right? If you don't want to override the toString method, so in this case you have to call the manually, right? So like this, id get id, okay, like this. You have to print manually stu dot get name. Okay, let's print only 2 value. Let's see it's printing or not. So it's printing, right? 5, and this is name. If you go to database and see, this is 5 and name is Pawan 2222 4 times, right? So it's printing. So you have to print the manually id, name, email, phone, city, right? But what I don't want to print manually, but I want to print the object only, student object, but it should print the whole data, right? So for that you have to override the toString inside the model class. Let's go and override the toString. Okay, so our toString is overwritten. Now let's go and let's run again the client code. If you see id, name, right? id, name, email, phone number and city, it's printing, right? If you print the 4 record, this 4 record, but you can see here this is 5th one, 222, this one latest one 5552, right? If you go to database 552, this is the 5th one, right? And now let's go and print the 4th record. It's printing the 4th record, right? 4 and Pawan 222, right? You go and database check. Pawan 22 is this one, right? So 4th one is printing. So this is the all about this project, means how to fetch the data from the database using annotation configuration. So I'm summarizing once again in 2 minutes. Just go and update the pom.xml with Hibernate dependency and MySQL dependency, and this provide the Maven plugin, and this is Java version, which version you want to use. So I'm currently using 16, so you can see here Java standard edition is 16, and this is all about the pom.xml. And go student model class and declare the private variable and public setter getter method, and declare the class level as entity @entity, and this is if you want to provide the table name as different as model class name, so you can use table @table name, and you provide the name here. And id you have to provide the id for primary key, and if you don't want to provide the primary key value, so Hibernate will generate the primary key for you. So you have to use this annotation. And if you want to provide the column name as explicitly, so you have to use the column @column. Okay, and for all the which one means if you want to provide column name should be same as the property name, so you no need to provide this, no need to use this column annotation. If you don't want to means column name should be same as the property name, so you have to use the column annotation and give your name whatever you want. And to print the content of the object, to override the toString method. And this is the Hibernate util. In the Hibernate util created to get the session factory object. So this is all about this is the session factory object, and here in a Hibernate configuration file you have to provide the database property like driver class, user URL, username, password, and this is direct to so you will provide the dialect, so that Hibernate will write the query for you. And this is hvm2ddl.auto update. This property will help you to create the table for you. Means Hibernate will create the table for you if you provide this property. And to show the what query writing by Hibernate, so you want to see that query, so you provide this property. And this is the mapping. So I'm doing class mapping, annotation mapping. So you have to provide com.pawanshop.model.student. And finally, this is the client code. Create the session object, and finally session.load data, right? So which data you want to print, you provide your ID, so it will give you the whole data, right? So here I want to fetch the first record. So let's see and run again. If you see Pawan, right, 1 2 3 4 5 6 and Delhi. If you go here and see Delhi, city is Delhi, and Pawan, right, Pawan and name is Pawan, 1 2 3 4 5 6, phone number, 1 ID, right? So it's printing successfully. So this is all about this project. Okay, to fetch the data from the database. If you really like this video, please like and subscribe my channel, and please share this video with your friends. Okay, and please suggest me in comment how you like this video. Means you are liking a video or not. So please suggest me what I have to improve in it. So that's it, this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in next video. Thanks.